Hello, I'm State Senator John Kavanagh, and welcome to another edition of Kavanagh's Corner, my video constituent report. The topic of this Kavanagh's Corner is the reaction by conservatives to the horrific assassination of Charlie Kirk. I attended a Fountain Hills Republican Club meeting on Saturday where a young man, Ben Larrabee, who's also running for Fountain Hills Town Council and who works for Turning Point, spoke briefly about Charlie Kirk and his legacy. And he uttered a short three-word sentence, the truth of which I realized, but which I really hadn't thought about that much. That three-word sentence was very moving and very significant. The three words he said were, "We didn't riot." And that is an extremely important distinction between conservatives and normal people and the left. Conservatives lost a great leader in Charlie Kirk. He wasn't a rising star. He had already arisen. He was a major conservative voice in this country, not since William F. Buckley Jr. has somebody come on the stage and had so much philosophical and ideological effect. In fact, I believe that had Charlie Kirk survived, that eventually he would have matured into the next Ronald Reagan. So conservatives suffered a monumental loss, but we didn't riot. Now let's contrast that with liberals. Let's contrast that with what happened following the death of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, a number of years ago. Now, Michael Brown was a thug. He was an 18-year-old male black who first did a strong-arm robbery, stealing some cigars in a convenience store, and not long thereafter was stopped by a police officer. And as a result, he attacked the police officer. He came at the police officer and tried to wrestle the police officer's gun away from him. And in the struggle, he was shot, and justifiably, he was killed. What was the reaction to this thug's death by many Democrats? Their reaction was riot. Their reaction was, if they didn't riot, justifying the riot as being justified by the actions against this thug. Or they stood quiet and refused to criticize the rioting for fear of being ostracized by their peers. And that is the big difference. Conservatives lost an icon, a great person, suffered a grave loss. We didn't riot. Many liberals, at the loss of a thug who was killed with justification by a police officer, rioted for days and days and days. Think about that. And when somebody criticizes Charlie Kirk, just say to them, we didn't riot. Thanks for listening.